When did you come to Canada?
I came to Canada in September of 2015.
Do you have debt? I hear a lot of people in Canada kind of have a lot of debts.
Yes, I have debt. I have debt, man.
Since you came to Canada, do you feel more stressed here or you had stress even back home?
I feel more stress here in Canada compared with back home.
Welcome to Jimosi podcast. In studio is a friend of the show who lives in Canada and he will tell us more about himself. Karibu sana.
Thank you. I feel welcome.
All right. So throughout the conversation, please feel free to switch and speak in any language of your choice.
All right. Thank you. Yeah. So that means I'm spoiled with a lot of choices here.
How many languages do you know?
I know 4 languages.
Okay.
I know English, the one that I'm using right now. I'm also fluent in Swahili.
Hakuna
Or
Matata.
Kiswahili, Hakuna Matata, Jambo. And then I'm also fluent in my native language, which is called Dinka.
Okay.
And then I know a little bit of Arabic, Juba.
All right.
Yeah.
So for our audience, tutaanza na jina and also which state of South Sudan you come from.
All right. So my name is Jimosi and I'm from Jonglei State.
Okay.
In South Sudan, there are 10 states and 3 administrative. So Jonglei happened to be one of those states, and that's where I come from.
Okay. What's the headquarters of Jonglei State?
The headquarters of Jonglei State is Bor Town. It's a couple of hundreds kilometers away from the capital city called Juba.
Okay.
So yeah.
All right. When did you come to Canada?
I came to Canada in September of 2015. That's when I came here.
Yeah. 9 years ago.
Yeah, 9 years ago. Yeah.
Do you feel like umekaa Canada sana?
I would say no. I don't feel Kanimeka that long, because, if I remember when I was in Kenya, I was there for 12 years. And if I compare with the 9 years that I've been here, I'm feeling like I haven't stayed that long. It feels like few days ago. It feels like 2 to 3 years, but yeah.
Do you think it's because here in Canada, it's a bit, people are busy compared to when you were back in Kenya?
Yeah, so it will be comparison to me, right? So I can't say if people were not busy back home or what.
No, you yourself.
Yeah, so for myself, I would say I'm more busy here, because in Kenya, it was more of school and then stay at home. But here, it's school, work, and because of those two, it happened that here we only count days. You come home today, you're thinking about going to work tomorrow or about school tomorrow. So days just run by.
Okay. Yeah, when you're busy, like time kind of...
Yeah, I agree with you with that. Yeah, that's very true. Time flies really quick.
Okay. So uliingia, when you came to Canada, uliingia kazi immediately ama ulienda shule direct?
Niliingia shule direct. So like from when they picked me at the airport at Pearson in Toronto, I went direct to the university, to the school. And so I went direct to... I went to York University. That's the school that's the university that I went to.
Okay.
And
where is it located?
It is in Toronto, in the region of North York.
Okay. Toronto is in Ontario province, right?
Yeah, that's correct. It is in Ontario. And yeah, there are 8 provinces in Canada. So Ontario happened to be one, and the city. And yeah, Toronto, I think, is one of the biggest city in Canada so far. But it's not the capital.
A lot of people actually confuse Toronto being the capital because it's kind of well known compared to the actual capital city, which is Ottawa.
Yeah, which is Ottawa.
Ottawa.
What's funny about that?
It depends with your English teacher.
I have a friend, we used to call it Owawa.
Yeah, even Toronto, people call it Toronto. Others call it Toronto.
Yeah.
Anyway, so long as people understand what you're saying. Okay, so how was your first winter? I hear a lot of people complaining a lot about winter in Canada.
Oh man, it was crazy. The first winter, it was crazy because I remember when we came, it was in fall.
Okay.
And fall season here is when temperatures are dropping as per from the summer to the fall. Okay. So it was around 12, 13 degrees. And to me it was very cold, and I used to put on my jacket, and I would see some people just in sandals and they're wearing their vests, they're wearing t-shirt. I was like, these people don't feel cold. So now when the actual winter came, oh man, I was freezing. I felt like, damn. Yeah, but that was my first winter. It was really cold to me. But then with time, I got used to winter, so it doesn't scare me that much anymore.
Okay. So did you come to Canada with your entire family, or you came alone?
I came solo. I came alone. I came alone to this country.
Did you feel kind of lonely when you were here?
Yes, I would say I felt some kind of loneliness because it's not because of my family, but it's because of the people that I know. Because when I was in Kenya, I was not with my real family. I was still living with other South Sudanese, right?
Like
but they're more
relatives.
like some relative, distant relative, close relatives.
Yeah.
So, but because they're friends, we are used to each other for a number of years. So so I felt like lonely when I moved to Canada.
Yeah, because you are in a new country, you don't have
I don't have
closely associate with.
Exactly, and I don't have new friends. I have to make new friends. So it was a little bit tricky. Some kind of loneliness was there. I truly agree with that.
Oh, okay. So did you come with like other people that you already knew from back home?
Yeah, so on the plane, I was not alone. I was with other people that came with us through the same program. So we came here, but it happened that I went to university. The York University that I went to, I was the only one in that group.
Okay, for that year.
Yes, but there were other South Sudanese, I think 2 to 3 of them that I knew that were going to the same university that came the prior years.
Oh, okay. And the rest of the students went to different
I went to different
Canada.
provinces, different universities, and so kind of things. Yeah, so that's what happened.
Okay. How did you cope with like loneliness during your early years in Canada?
I would say during my early years, what really helped me to cope with loneliness was social media. Every time like I go on Facebook, I connect with other people, WhatsApp, Instagram. When you see status of other people, you see what they're posting and you post, you feel kind of connected, right? And communication became easy. So from time to time, you just talk with them and you feel that's how I cope with the loneliness at that time. So yeah.
Okay. Do you have debt? I hear a lot of people in Canada kind of have a lot of debts from student loans, mortgage, car loans, and all that. Do you have any?
Yes, I have debt. I have debt, man. This country.
What type
I
of
have
debt?
I had a student loan debt.
Okay.
That's the debt that I know about. Yeah.
When did you start accruing that student loan?
I started accruing that student loan debt in my second year of university. That's starting in 2016. The program that brought me here to go to school, they had some arrangement in place that took care of me for my first year, so I didn't have to take any loan.
Like all expenses?
All expenses, school fees, whatever, even my food. But then when it came to second year, they say, now you are on Canadian soil, you are a permanent resident of Canada, you can qualify. So I took up from there. So it was up to me now to take care of myself. And I took the student loan.
So you've already kind of touched on that, whether you accrued it immediately after coming to Canada or...
Yeah, in my second year. Yeah, that's what I would say.
Was it like something avoidable?
No, I would say it's not avoidable because university here is expensive.
Yeah.
And I could not manage working to raise the school fees to pay for it. It will deny me the opportunity to study well. So it was better to take the student loan. And it's like almost everybody in this country takes student loan, right? Unless you have a wealthy parents that are paying for your thing.
All right. Do you send money to Africa?
Yes, I do. I do send money to Africa, to friends, relatives, and some other people.
Okay, can you comfortably say you've sent money to over 20 people since you came to
Canada? Yes, without any hesitation, I've sent over 20 people in Africa.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So since you came to Canada, do you feel more stressed here or you had stress even back home?
Comparing back home, Kenya, South Sudan, and Canada, I feel more stress here in Canada compared with back home, because I don't recall any time that I had any kind of stress back home, or maybe because I was being taken care of. But now that I'm here, there's more stress. There's financial constraint stress that you're all thinking about. There's work-related stress. You just have to be on top of your game, and if you're at school, you have to pass your school, right? So there's another stress, and these other things, friends, family, anything that has to do with people, conflict will always be there. And if conflict is not solved in a good manner, it can lead to stress. So that's the kind of stress out here.
All right. Would you advise anyone from back home to move to Canada based on your personal experience?
Yes, I would say yes, without any doubt. I would say come to Canada. You'll come make a life for yourself, but you won't be that successful the way that you have in your mind, because the way that you'll get a lot of things. You'll have access to food will be there. You might be able to finance your car. You might be able to get other small things for yourself.
The basic needs.
Yeah, the basic needs. But being extremely the way that we picture, if I go there, I'll spray rentals all over. It might be a dream, but I would say yes, come. It's better than you staying there back home. So if anybody have that opportunity, I'll say yes, but just lower your expectation, because things here are different. Because in my case, I remember when I moved to this country, you come like with literally no money. So when you have no money, where do you start?
Yeah, you have to look for a job and...
Yeah, but in terms of a social ranking of the society, right? You start down there, and you have to work your way up with people that have been somewhere that were born in this country, someone that has been here for over 30 years. So you'll play a lot of catch up to be with them. But but if you compare with the life that you had, this one is a way better life. So if anybody want to come, I would say yes, come.
Would that advice be for someone who's already successful back home or someone who literally has nothing?
It will be for people that literally has nothing. I will not advise, how do you call this guy?
The rich people.
Malone Jr. The guy that is always in hotel.
Lawrence Malone.
Yes, he won't be able to do that here.
How many countries have you been to?
I would comfortably say 4 to 5. Or 6 countries, to start with North America. I've been here in Canada, and then we go to Europe. I will talk of places that we transit, like we landed. So I think in Paris, I don't know what's the airport of Paris. I think at some point we landed there, and then also in London, UK, at Heathrow. And then we go now to Africa, Ethiopia at Addis Ababa, and then to Kenya. I actually lived there. So Kenya, and then Uganda. It was passed through Uganda a couple of times. And then my home country, South Sudan. So there's like 4 countries in Africa, 2 countries in Europe, and then 1 North American country. So 7 countries in total. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
When you came, did you pass through Amsterdam?
I don't remember. I passed through Heathrow in UK.
All right.
Yeah.
Because some of us passed through Amsterdam, others passed through Paris. Is it Paris or Paris?
Yeah, it all depends with how your flight is booked. Yeah.
Okay. Have you been to the US?
No, I've not been to the US, but it's on my bucket. It is on my bucket list. I'm planning maybe this coming summer. I might drop there.
You want to drive there?
Yeah, I'm planning of driving there.
Okay. How far is it, like, from the place you're currently staying?
I would say this one at the border that I've had from here, from Winnipeg to Rapid, Michigan, something. Rapid Grand Falls, something. It's like 3 hours drive.
That's
Other
a short
places like,
distance.
like Minnesota or even Minneapolis. One of them is like 8 hours from here. So yeah, probably something that should do when the weather is good in the summer. Drive there with the family. Yeah.
Yeah, it will be a nice trip. Like it's short, the distance is not that long, and
Yeah.
then there are so many restaurants maybe along the way, so you can replenish.
Yeah, I truly agree with that. That's true. Yeah.
Okay. Are you planning of moving back to the motherland, Africa?
No, man. I can't really say no or yes. It will depend with the circumstances. But at the moment, I would say no. I have a couple of things that I have to get caught up with before. And then also, moving back to motherland, just going with my degree to go and scramble for the same job with the people. That's not my plan. My plan is to move there, start something to create employment for the folks on ground to have something for themselves. I don't want to go back home, man, and start fighting with J1 people. so I and that one, to set up a business, you need capital. And also, like, if you compare this, the life here, there's nothing that's actually left that you can say in 2-3 years you can easily do that. So so I'm still thinking of what to invest in, and I need to raise that capital and something that will employ people there. I don't want to go and do one-man job. It
feels good to set up a business, and then at the end of the day you look around and see how people are earning a livelihood from your hustle or side hustle.
It keep pushing you harder, because it's not good to go fight for those jobs. There are scarcity of jobs too, and I've heard that civil servants don't get paid there, so why go in that mix?
It's very hard. Okay. Do you have an iPhone?
No, I don't have an iPhone.
Why?
Will I say I cannot afford it, or is it that I just don't, I've not have that appealing to having an iPhone. But I've heard from people, iPhone is good with doing videos. So now that I've started doing my podcast, I think I'll just plan on getting one, and then, to help with the videos. But all through I've been an Android phone, but the hype is there.
An Android user. Why would you say you don't have an iPhone? Like, is it because of the pricing, or you don't really feel it?
No, it's not the pricing thing, because I can actually buy it in cash if I need it. But it's the opportunity or the timing itself that has not come through. But I think it's coming now with things. So maybe wait for the latest. And then the other thing that I used not to like about them is the lighting cable. Everywhere do you have an iPhone charger? And now that things have changed, it's about, do you have Type-C charger? Now we can all charge all the Android and the iPhone. So I can actually upgrade.
I agree with you on that iPhone charger thing. People will make you feel really bad if you are an Android user. They ask, do you have a charger? Which one? An iPhone.
Sorry.
Okay. Do you drive?
Yes, I drive, but
do you have a ride?
those remember, like, when I
like
came,
a 2-in-1
so when I came to Canada, do you drive? I used to think that they're asking about the skill, but they're not asking about your driving skill. They're asking if you have a car. If you have a car, then you drive. If they want you to know if you have the skill, they will ask you, do you have a license?
Like a driver's license.
The driver's license. And then, do you have a ride? Have you organized something? Do you have a taxi coming? Do you have a Uber? Are you riding your own car? So but if you come to Canada, somebody asks you, do you drive? My friend, they're asking if you have a car.
I thought, like, if someone asks you if you have a ride, it simply means if you have a car. So it doesn't mean it's your car. It can be an Uber, Lyft.
So you have something to take you around. Your ride around.
So let's talk about credit cards and line of credit. Unaweza elezea mtu hajui credit card ni nini?
Yes. I do have both. I have line of credit and credit card, but credit card is what most people here do have.
What's
Credit
the
card.
difference?
The difference sometimes is the line of interest, the
interest rate.
the interest rates. For the line of credit that are secure, the interest rate tend to be low as much as 3%, 4%. Some of them that are not secure go with the variable rates that are set up
By the central bank.
Yeah, with the Central Bank of Canada.
Okay.
So, but credit card have way higher interest rates.
Okay.
And they
what's the range?
From 19 to 23%. And there are charges for cash advances if you make that.
Okay.
But for line of credit, a little bit. But to come, because most people have credit card, what it means is a bank giving you their cards with money. The ability to spend something. So let's say it's like $2,000 that you can use for purchases.
That's the credit limit.
Yes. So it's their money in their card.
Okay. Like ATM card?
Yes. Something like an ATM card. So when you go to the grocery store, to wherever that you're going to buy anything, you just buy and then pay with your money.
Yeah.
And then when you come back, you have to move your money from your checking bank account to pay their debt. And they always have up to 21 days interest free. So if you're able to manage the 21 days, able to pay off your balances, then you're good with it.
Like paying the statement balance for that duration.
For that duration, 21 days, no interest. But when it comes to line of credit, bam, you take the money out today, tonight the interest is accruing. But the good thing with the line of credit is that you can only pay up to the interest only.
Okay.
And they are good with it. But for the credit card, you have to pay the whole thing. What you use, plus any interest that would have been charged if you are kind of person that like to carry over balance due.
So that means if you have not been able to pay the statement balance within 21 days, then you'll be charged interest of 19 and above.
Yes. Right away on day 22 going forward.
All right.
And you don't want to mess up with because those credit cards, they go into your credit score.
Okay. What's credit score?
Credit score is, we'll say it is your ability, or is how you are gauged or assessed on how to borrow. Okay. Your ability to pay other people things on time.
If you are that person that borrows something and you pay it without being asked.
So now it's measured now on credit card or people that take phones on monthly. If you pay it on time, they say you have a high credit score. You are a person that pay your bills on time. You don't delay them.
Yeah.
You are a good customer.
Okay.
But if you're a person that missed the deadline for making payments, then your credit score will go down.
Okay.
And
so they'll rate you down.
You will be rated down and you are not good. And it comes like when you're coming to make big purchases, like buying a house. You cannot buy a house here in cash unless you are
a tycoon.
Yes. Then you can. But if you just move here or you have to take out a mortgage, right?
Yeah.
And bad or low credit score will lead you to being charged high interest rates.
Okay.
That means you will pay more. Compared with people with good credit score.
Okay. And can that also affect you not being approved for a mortgage?
Yes, if it is extremely bad, to some extent they just say, man, you are in too much debt.
Okay.
You cannot, why would they give you? But mortgage has, and then also mortgage has its own requirement, right? We can look at it next time, but yeah.
Kwa familia mnakuwa wangapi?
Siblings, we are 4.
Okay.
Plus our mom, so we are 5 as a family.
That
that guy was gone a long time ago. Yeah, so my dad has not been there.
Okay.
He died during the war.
All right. Unaweza sema wewe ni mtoto namba ngapi kwa amongst your siblings?
I'm a third born.
Okay.
And because we are only 4, I'm a second last born.
No wonder.
No wonder. Why would I lia? Yeah.
Una feel like kuwa majuu imekufanya kuwa first born or deputy parent?
Yeah, to some extent, but it only involves those responsibilities that require a lot of finances, right? That's when I get involved. But if it's just simple things or other cultural things like nyatyak. And
Once started getting married,
yes, they will just write my name there, then somebody take it without my responsibility. But if somebody,
without your consent, you should be asking them all those guys. I need my car.
Yeah, but if nyumba yetu iliuma mbuzi ya jirani, sasa wanataka tulipe 200. Yeah, those kind of things will reach you, right? But so yeah, it's relative. To some extent, yes, but to some extent, no. I think that just handling their things well.
Okay. How was it growing up?
Man, I grew up in a lot of places. Okay. So I grew up...
You were born in South Sudan?
I think I was born in South Sudan, yes, okay. And then the part where I really knew who I was, it was a place called Magali, and I think I was around 7 years or 6 years. Yeah. So we're in that part of Eastern Equatoria for some time in South Sudan.
Yeah.
Growing up, the dad was not there, and I think from time to time tulikuwa tuna kukanja, people not used to it every day. So, but the people that were around there, people kila mtu alikuwa anateseka, so sometimes ni vigumu hata to know kama nyinyi ni maskini sana. But yeah, so it was really tough growing up, and then we moved to Kenya.
So I was about to ask, at what point did you go to Kenya?
We moved to Kenya. Not everybody. I and my brother and my uncle family, we came to Kenya in 2003, and we stayed there in a place called Kakuma. We lived there, and then we went to school there. Yeah, until so that's it. And when do this thing of grow up stops? At what age?
When we talk of up to 18 or 20, or when
okay, then I finished growing up in Kenya.
Okay. Now
and then,
you're an adult.
No, like after I moved to Canada, now I'm just living. I'm no longer growing up. So yeah.
Okay. Was your dad polygamous?
Nasikia tu fununu hapa na pale, but the family itself, I've not seen them. So I heard that she had an Equatorial lady, but he had an Equatorial lady.
Okay.
But during the war, for some reason, I don't know, she left.
Okay. Nyinyi ni nyumba kubwa ama ndogo?
Tunajua sasa sisi ndio nyumba kubwa.
Let's talk about education a bit. Which primary or elementary school and secondary / high schools did you attend?
For elementary school or primary school, how we refer to it when I was going to school, I went to 7 primary schools.
In how many years?
In 8 years. So it was
like 1 year.
One school, 1 year. But that was not the case. In school a couple of months. But I will just talk of where I completed my primary education. So I finished that at Sunflower Junior Academy. That's where I did my KCPE.
Where is it located?
It is in Kapenguria, Kenya. Rift Valley province. Nice. But now it's called West Pokot County.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what about high school?
For the high school, I was lucky. I didn't go to many secondary schools. Yes, I went only to one high school, Nakuru High School or Nakuru Boys High School. It is located in Nakuru, Kenya.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so since you went to primary, like part of your primary education and also the whole of your high school were in Kenya, how was it learning Swahili?
Swahili at my early years of coming to Kenya was really difficult because I was in a setup where like most people used not to speak Swahili, or learning it was a little bit difficult. But yeah, when I went to Sunflower, that's when my Swahili learning really picked up, and I was able like to learn it like within 2 years. I was good with my Swahili. Nice. Pick up vizuri, and then
How was your experience in school while learning with Kenya?
I would say it was a good experience because nakumbuka in my high school that I went to, when I was in Form 1,
Yeah.
we were only 2. There was
South
another,
Sudanese?
yes, South Sudanese. So there was another guy in Form 4.
Okay.
And then he finished his Form 4. I think it's also here in Canada.
Okay.
And then when I was in Form 2, I was the only South Sudanese, the entire school of more than 1,300 people.
Wow.
So yeah, it was crazy, but Kenyans were good. I didn't really feel that I was alone in that school.
Okay.
And to give credit to the guy it's called Cholkwan. Yeah. To give credit to him. Cholkwan. Yeah. So to give credit to him, when I was admitted at Nakuru High School, I was taken to a certain dormitory that's on the wing side of the school, and I was living on the western wing of the school. So he talked with the
administration.
No, with the person that is in charge of the dormitory.
The patron.
Oh, one of the students. I don't know how you used to call them.
Okay.
Dome captain.
Oh yeah.
So I talked with the dome captain, and they were able to do something here and there, and then they moved me to
their dormitory.
Yeah, to their dormitory.
Oh, okay. So you were in a boarding school.
Yeah, so I was in a boarding school. So that really helped. And then the school was generally okay. Kenyans were good, but then when I went to Form 3, we had 3 Form 1s that were South Sudanese.
Okay.
One of them is also here in Canada. It's a good friend of mine, and the other 2, I know they're somewhere in Kenya. I don't know where they are.
What's his name?
The guy that is here. The guy that is here in Canada is called Mario. Like Mario Panomiabok.
I know him. We came to Canada the same year.
Yeah, so that guy happened also. We were in the same dome again.
Nice.
So that's like.
Did you also organize for him to move to your?
No, it was just the random selecting of the people that were doing it, and then it happened to me. Yeah, so I would say Wakenya ni watu wazuri sana.
Yeah.
Because in our class there were so many communities within Kenya. There were some Kisis, Kikuyu, Luyas, Kalenjins, and Merus, Maasai.
Yeah, Wajaka.
Yes, Wajaka was there. So it was like everybody was in that school in terms of all the tribes.
Did you have Turkanas?
Oh, okay. That's underfine. These people, they don't go that far. Sorry, Turkana people. I don't mean to offend you, but I don't think if I knew anybody that was at Turkana in my class, no, there was no Turkana in my class. But in primary school, at Sunflower Junior, Sunflower, in Pokot, there were some Turkanas. Yeah,
that's because Turkana and Pokot are like bordering each other.
Yes,
but in Nakuru, that's a bit far.
Yes. So that was it, and I really had a good time with Kenyans. Kenyans are good people. Can't really say anything bad about them.
You enjoyed your time in Kenya?
Yes. I really enjoy my time in Kenya.
Is it like one of the countries you would like to go back to, revisit, or just live there for some time if given a choice?
Yes, if I was to choose a country to live in maybe for a couple of years, I can go back to Kenya. Because of the language and the fact that I've stayed with people and I've known them, they're good people, it won't be that difficult. So it's a good country.
It will be easy to integrate into.
Yeah, exactly. That's true. And Wakenya ni watu wazuri. And the funny thing is, let me tell you this, when I was in that high school.
Nakuru High.
Yes, Nakuru High School. One of my teachers used to make one of the jokes. She was a history teacher. He used to say, "You see guy here? He's in abroad." He's in abroad. And then people in class saying, well, then they will tell the teacher, Achas are of you. This is not abroad, this is Kenya. And then she would say, no, what I mean by abroad? And on the south side of the country is abroad. And then our Kenya will call us, no, abroad you have to cross some oceans.
You have to go to Maju, like you were.
Yes. Acha kuchocha gaya. It was really funny. So
Talking of Jimosi being abroad, according to your history teacher, how many languages did you study?
In high school? Kiswahili, English, and French.
Okay.
I had a choice of there was Germany and French, but for some reason, because I knew of or I know some players from France.
Oh, okay.
So
from
that's
football.
Yeah, from soccer. Yeah, so that's how I ended up selecting French.
Okay.
I thought I would.
You grew interest in French.
Yeah, and the funny thing that happened is in high school for the foreign languages or the elective subject, you do them up to Form 2 for the first 2 years, and then when you are going into your third year of high school, then you have to now narrow down into 8 subjects, right? So now my French teacher, she was a very nice female teacher. She was telling me to select French.
Why?
She was telling me, unajua sasa ukirudi Sudan, you have high chances of becoming ambassador to France.
Okay. Or French-speaking country.
Yes, and I was like, it was France specifically, because for some reason that's what that we were talking about. And I was like,
did you weigh your options?
Yes, I look at
ambassador, Jimosi.
Being ambassador to France, selected by Salva Kiir.
Excellent.
I look at how many years will it take for me to actually actualize that dream. Yeah, it was too far. And then I also
hauna connection.
Sina connection, ninga hangaika na your friends sahi. And then the funny thing that happened also is that how do you call it? I had an option of selecting building and construction as a subject or French. So when I weighed the two, I'm like, vitu zikiumana, at least building and construction, there's jijenga nyumba kangu. This one,
an architect.
Yes, this is something that I can actually actualize in real life. Then
regardless
this thing
of your location,
and does not need a lot of connection.
Okay.
Then doing this subject that I will need a lot of connection to get to J1, being appointed as ambassador.
And then you parted sasa France.
Yes. So I say, okay, I will think about it, but I went and dropped it. I did not attend that class again. But the other thing that I didn't really want to do French is that I did not want to do 3 languages. I didn't want to do Swahili. We have to write insha and some other things that are done there. Vitu zao zinaitwa yes, and then English, some writings, some set books, and then now French.
Yeah.
There were also composition for French.
Oh wow.
I was like, this is too much writing. I'm not built for this. So I said, yeah, so that's one of the reasons. That dream of ambassador, no, it was too far.
You couldn't drop Kiswahili uchukue French?
Kiswahili was a master in English.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there was no way around it. So it has to be between building and construction and French. And to some extent, I feel like I miss a little bit because now that I'm in Canada,
Canada is bilingual.
Yes, yes, it will be helping right now because sometimes I heard people that are bilingual tend to get some premium for being bilingual, and it opened a lot of doors. But anyway,
because come to think of it, if you know 2 languages, and this is a bilingual society, so if you are to apply for a job, then they would more likely take the person who knows both English and French compared to someone who knows only one of the 2.
Yes, it would have been an advantage. I think that teacher would have framed it if you happen to go to any country that speak French, or if you apply for any job worldwide, they need people from Africa that speak French. It would have been a good selling point than telling me I will be ambassador.
There's only one ambassador. Of South Sudan to France.
Yes, so that was it. It was really funny. So that's how I ended up dropping French.
And taking up English or Hindi.
Yeah.
What other subjects did you do, like in your KCSE?
I did sciences. I did biology. I did physics, and I did chemistry. And I also did math. It's a must for you to do math.
Okay.
And I did English, Swahili. Those are 6, right?
Yeah.
And then I did history.
Wow, you did history and government.
I did history and government. So that's why I'm politically okay.
Politically aware.
Yes, then I'm politically Then I'm politically woke. Okay, that's why I'm politically aware. I did history and government, and then I did building and construction.
Oh, okay. You went into agriculture, business.
So for some reason, on what I wanted to become in life, those are the ones that pushed me into the building and construction. I wanted to be an architect.
Oh.
And so there I did building and construction and some a little bit of foreign languages. So that's why I tried to do French. But I didn't do agriculture. For some reason I didn't. If I were to be taken back, I will do agriculture. There's money in agriculture.
Yeah, and for the longest time, I've thought you did business in high school. I don't know why. You are so wise, business-wise.
Oh, yeah.
You just seem to know so many things.
Is that I did a business degree here in Canada. So,
you did accounting?
Yeah, I did Bachelor of Commerce with a specialization in accounting.
Nice. Okay, any parting shots?
So this is episode 1 of Jimosi podcast. So guys, feel free and
subscribe if you like our content.
You like our content, conversation. You want to be part of the show. You want to be interviewed. Send me an email.
Okay.
Send me a text, and we'll pick up from there.
All right. So what's your email, or they can just message you on social media platforms?
So once you can message me from any platform. If you leave a comment there, if you see on Facebook, send me a message on Facebook. If you see on Instagram, send me a message there, and we should be able to set something up.
Okay. What are your social media handles?
Jimosi all across, and for the YouTube is Jimosi podcast.
Okay. All right. It was great having you.
Thank you. I wish I will be here in episode 100 again to talk about something else.
Okay. See you around.
All right.
Adios.